anyway, that's as good an answer as I can give you.
But it seems like maybe I'm getting impatient here as a consumer. It seems like that the supply is not increasing to meet the demand. Is there something, are there barriers to keep, some of these landowners from going into cattle
Well,
other than the cost of the heifers right now?
it's just cattle price so high. So it's to be real expensive. It's like buying the stock market when it's at its all time high. And so if you wanted to get into cattle business now, because so you buy a cow, you breed her, you wait 9 months, she has a calf. That calf's gonna have to be a year old before it's gonna have a calf. So you probably another 2.5 years from the time you buy that cow to you're selling something, and you like I said, you're buying at the top of the marketplace. But now you, if somebody wanted to, you could get in now, but you're buying at the top of the market.
Understood. The farm bill has been delayed further. Now we have a Republican House, a Republican Senate, and a Republican president. What's the hangups in Washington on getting us a new farm bill so that, our producers have a little bit of, relief and maybe a little more certainty moving forward?
Well, it takes 60 votes, and you say you have a majority, right? What if you got 53 in the Senate and got an extra 4 or 5 in the House? Yeah, you don't have enough to pass the farm bill. But nobody's against the farm bill. Democrats, Republicans. I was in Washington 2 weeks ago. Amy Klobuchar, the senator from Minnesota, maybe, and then another Democrat, and the House spoke. Everybody, it's sort of like fixing immigration. Everybody's for that. It's always in the nuances where we don't get a deal. And so, whereas maybe Democrats say, well, I want more money put in the SNAP side of it, because SNAP makes up about, or farming makes up about 18% of the farm bill. And so, they keep them connected because that's the only way to get the rural vote and the Democratic vote together. But they get into arguing about what's the percentage that should go to SNAP and what's the, so yeah, it's I can't remember, and it probably has in my lifetime, when they passed the farm bill on time. And so yeah, they kicked that can down the road, extended another year, because they could do that. But I think, I mean, I've had people that I respect in Washington say that they thought something was going to happen this summer. But I mean, right now they're just going, they're trying to, isn't the government going to shut down if they don't pass this?
Yeah, they've got to pass a CR to keep the government funded
That's
until,
a bigger priority.
September 30th at the moment.
Yeah. So anyway, I think they'll get to the farm bill. It just takes some heavy lifting by some people, and but yeah, we do definitely need a new farm bill, but it's certainly not unusual, which is sad to say that it hadn't we hadn't had a new one yet. That's pretty typical.
Commissioner, I remember when we talked last year, you mentioned something about occasionally having to send game in hunters in to clear out the deer populations, and it seems like every time I'm driving down the interstate, there's like see all kind of hit. Or is there any call to send them in to thin out the population?
Well, I actually serve ex officio on the Conservation Advisory Board for DCNR. And so, yeah, we just voted to, it might have been this past Saturday, to up the limit. You can kill now 2 does a day, which last year you could only kill 1 doe a day. Still can only kill 3 bucks a year, but now, so potentially, we have about the most generous deer season in the nation. I think, sort of mid-November to February the 10th. So that's 2 full months and almost 3 months. And so, yeah, if you were killing if everybody would kill 2 a day, we could thin it out pretty good. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, insurance companies that would love for us to, because they're paying claims on all the deer that have been hit on the road. So, uh, um, yeah, but I mean, at those meetings, some people say they're not seeing as many deer, not seeing as many turkeys, seeing more deer, seeing more turkeys. So it's like, everybody's their own. It's like people call me, reporters, about how's the weather impacting farmers. I said, you need to talk to an individual farmer because it matters what he's growing and where he is. And it could be one county over, the guy's growing something else, and he's got a different experience with the amount of rainfall he's had. So, yeah, but anyway, yeah, you'll be able to take out more deer next year.
Okay. To kind of stay on that subject with Alabama, we have the most beautiful wildlife through our rivers and forest out there. Have we not utilized those resources as far as tourism? And is there a way that we can draw more people here?
Well, you're not the first person to think about that. Yeah, I mean, if you really look at what the state parks have done, I was at that meeting I was talking about. I think they said and I might have this wrong, but it's over $600 million worth of projects either being awarded or going on or being completed in on state land. And so there's a lot of, yeah, we know that as far as people moving to Alabama, that's really a quality of life issue. People want to be able to get outside of cities and be able to get to parks, but I mean, a lot of people are working on that, and actually, the Department of Tourism realizes that that's an asset, and they're trying to help us promote that.
Commissioner, about a couple years ago, there was a big push because of wild hogs doing a lot of damage to our farms. And, like you plant soybeans in some counties, they just dig up all the seeds, just eat them as soon as it's planted. Have we made any headway on controlling that wild hog population, or is that still a menace?
It's still a problem, yeah. And so, have we made inroads into it? Well, we've killed a lot of them, but still, they say you have to kill 70% of them every year just to stay even. I mean, they're so prolific. Whereas we talk about cattle, how long it takes to get a calf. Hogs have a couple of litters a year, and every litter is going to have 8 to 12 piglets in it, and so yeah, it's a huge problem, but yeah, some money resources from Washington have come down and helped, and we put state resources into it, and they're working on some baits that will kill the hogs quickly and humanely. The problem is they can't get the bait where vultures and different animals, coyotes that eat that dead carcass, it doesn't show some residual effect in them. And so, but I think we're within a couple of years of having that. And that's probably what it's going to take. I just don't know if we can shoot enough or trap enough to ever get ahead. I think we're going to have to get a bait that'll either sterilize them or something.